Hey everyone, did you know about this massive update involving Apple and OpenAI? If not, stay with me until the end because this could become one of the biggest tech legal battles of the year. So here is what just happened. Apple filed a lawsuit on Friday against OpenAI in federal court in California, accusing the company of trade secret theft and breach of contract. And this isn't just a small dispute. Apple says the alleged misconduct points to a broader pattern involving former Apple employees who later joined OpenAI. The most high-profile name in the lawsuit is Tang, OpenAI's chief hardware officer. Before joining OpenAI, Tang spent 24 years at Apple and was most recently the VP of product design for the iPhone and Apple Watch. According to Apple, Tang allegedly used Apple's confidential project code names during recruiting, asked candidates to bring Apple hardware component to interviews, coached departing employees on how to avoid Apple's security procedures, and requested information about Apple's unannounced products. Why this matters? The lawsuit comes at a fascinating time because OpenAI is widely rumored to be building its first hardware product. Industry analyst Ming-Chi Kuo suggested back in April that OpenAI could be developing an AI-first smartphone that relies more on intelligent AI agents than traditional apps. If that rumor is true, Apple may see it as a direct threat to iPhone, potentially one of the biggest challenges to its core hardware business in years. And remember, OpenAI already strengthened its hardware ambitions when it acquired John Ive's startup's IO in a $6.5 billion deal last year. Interestingly, Apple named IO in the lawsuit, although John Ive himself was not named. The second employee Apple is accusing, Apple also named Chang Liu, a former senior systems electrical engineer who worked at Apple for 8 years. Apple claims Liu left for OpenAI in 2026 and failed to return an Apple-issued laptop. The company alleges that laptop was used to download confidential technical documents before he departed. Those documents allegedly included information about unannounced technologies, future product features, technical specifications, engineering presentations, proprietary project data. Apple further claims Liu shared confidential information with other Apple employees who were applying to OpenAI and even advised at least one candidate on what to study before their interview. Apple says it won't OpenAI. According to the complaint, Apple sent a letter to OpenAI in February raising these concerns, but says it never received a response. Apple argues that these actions were part of a broader effort to extract confidential information, including requests for design, prototypes, and details about component selection and vendor processes. One of the most striking allegations is that OpenAI and its partner allegedly used Apple confidential information while developing OpenAI's own hardware. The filing specifically mentions a proprietary metal finishing technique that Apple says was used after a partner was allegedly misled into believing OpenAI had Apple's permission. What Apple wants from the court? Apple is asking the court to stop OpenAI from using or disclosing Apple trade secrets, return any confidential Apple materials, preserve evidence related to the case. Apple's filing goes even further, calling this the tip of the iceberg and claiming OpenAI's hardware business rests on an unstable foundation built on misappropriated trade secrets. OpenAI's response. OpenAI responded after the lawsuit became public by pointing to a statement posted on X. We have no interest in other company trade secrets. We remain focused on building innovative technology that empowers people everywhere. So now we have Apple accusing OpenAI of systematically targeting Apple's confidential hardware knowledge, while OpenAI flatly denies any interest in Apple's trade secrets. If OpenAI really is building an AI-powered smartphone, this case could have huge implications for the future of AI hardware and smartphone industry. What do you think? Is this a legitimate effort by Apple to protect its intellectual property, or the opening move in a much bigger battle over the next generation of AI devices? Drop your thoughts in comments, hit like if you found this update useful, subscribe, and follow Patch Pulse for the latest daily tech updates before everyone else hears about them.